Hello everybody. So my name is Jennifer and I don't blog. So this is my third video that I ever do. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I seem not to find a whole lot of information on the Teach and Learn in Korea program. So this is the Talk program, the sister program to Epic. And this blog will be specifically about that, the process, getting in, applications, the things that you should be looking for, questioning. I've seen the videos that I've seen, a lot of, or a good portion of them do not talk about the things that I would have thought about. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. So I have not applied yet. I'm still waiting for open enrollment. Enrollment closed. And the enrollment was for August, so obviously I'm waiting for winter enrollment. February in South Korea is winter. So one of the few things that I wanted to point out before you decide that, okay, I want to go to whatever country it is that you're going to go to. Obviously, we're going to talk about South Korea. I looked into what the culture was like, what the people are like, what the crime rate is like, you know, the downfalls of the country I'm going to. I looked at hassles for foreigners, you know, how is it over there? Because I am essentially going to be there for an entire year. And so then I questioned the program a whole lot. I think I gave her like 20 questions, and I continue to ask her questions, and I'm pretty sure she's annoyed with me at this point. But I want to be well informed because it's not like I have family in South Korea. So I want to be able to make sure that, okay, I'm good to go, I can make it. One of the things that I have written down is finding out banking information. So they give you a stipend each month of 1,500 won. I think that's what it's called, stipend. Yeah, one of those. And I wanted to find out and make sure that I could transfer that money to the US if needed to. I've also been trying to figure out if there is global banking so that it can cut some of those costs of, you know, money being transferred or wired from South Korea to the United States. So find out banking information. I heard that it is a hassle over there for banking. Now, I am not quite sure if the program will help you set that up. I think that they do. However, I will be posting up a link to the program's email so you can email them all your questions. They actually answer rather quickly, which I really appreciate. The one that I already went through is asking Talk questions, you know, and I'm gonna give you some of the questions that I had for the Talk program, and I actually had more questions than the ones I've written down. So I'm gonna give you the ones that I sent to the Talk program, and here's a couple or a few. When enrollment opens and if I get accepted for an interview, I do not have a local office near me. I reside in the state of Florida, and the closest location to me is in Atlanta, Georgia State. Would I have to fly out to Georgia for this interview? I know that it would be easy to assume that it is okay to do an interview over Skype. Don't ever assume that, because some companies will not do that and they will fly you over, and then that's a whole other different story in itself. My second question is the accommodation fully provided, or do I have to pay part of the rent? They say that accommodation is provided. However, in another video, I heard that it is a possibility that they might put you in with someone. I'm not sure how true that was, but I just wanted to get the question out there. And it is fully provided. You just have to pay for your utilities. Then I asked, if I get chosen to participate in the Talk program, would I be able to request in which rural area I would prefer to live in? This is a huge no. They no longer allow that to happen. They used to at one point, now they don't. And Jeju Island, or Jeju-do Island, is no longer a participant in this program. It used to be. It was an island that was kind of separated from Korea a little bit, probably about an hour away from the mainland, but they no longer do it there. Let's see what else. I asked questions about my transcript and if my school would get accepted. So the transcripts, you are going to have to mail that to your nearest Korean embassy, which is, they also handle, part of like the talk program, EPIC. I don't know about Corvia, but you would have to have, my provider is Parchment, so they would have to email the official transcripts to them. And I do not have to mail that to the Seoul office in Korea. Let's see. So one of the questions I had is, after the 1-year program, when the contract is done, would I be able to renew it? And that is really dependent upon your school and how well you did in your school and how well your references have spoken about you. They said that it was kind of difficult. Your visas, they need to be done before you leave. You cannot enter and start teaching without these visas, so they have to be done here. I would go to my local court office, whatever, and I'm going to find out more information about the visa there and continue to keep in contact with your Korean embassy, the one nearest to you anyway, because I'm sure that they're also going to help you with the visa, since you are getting a visa to go to South Korea. That's kind of obvious. So one of the questions was, when does a person find out when they're accepted? And I think they answered, well, let's see. So you find out your placement 1 or 2 months beforehand, meaning, if you got accepted or not. You do get 2 interviews, and I forgot what they were called, but I heard it from another YouTuber. Okay, well, since we forgot, we can keep moving on. And you only get to find out your provincial, sorry, I'm Spanish. You can only find out your province. That's the only thing you find out. After you get to Korea, that's when you find out where your school, what school you'll be working in, and what apartment you'll be living in. So like what town. Health insurance is similar to that found in vacation or travel insurance, and it is based full payment and reimbursement. Okay, sorry. So they do cover that insurance. You do not have to pay for that. The reimbursement for your flight ticket is provided 5 months after entry in Korea. So you have to be there for 5 months, and then you get your money back for that flight ticket. I asked if you had to have experience, and they said experiences is only one aspect we look at. Unfortunately, we cannot provide much information regarding what we look for as a matter of process. Confidentiality. So I have actually looked at a few videos about this, and one of the things that they look at is how well you actually present yourself. I had a couple of girls saying, you know, if you're not one to put on makeup, put on some makeup. Do your hair, pull it back, professional, covered, because over there cleavage is not, it's very rude or something of the sort. It's not perceived as something that they frown upon it. There you go. They frown upon it. Okay. So look really professional. If you are someone like me who only has an associate's degree, look into getting a TEFL certificate. International TEFL might be the way to go. They are the highest accreditation. I've looked into CELTA. That would not be what I need, because CELTA is more for teaching English to adults. You are dealing with children. With the talk program, you can only teach kindergarten. Okay, so you're not going to be teaching middle school and high school and college or anything like that. Probably EPIC or Corvia would be able to help you if that's what you're looking for. Some questions that I had that I did not put on here and I did not get answered, you know, like, let's see, green card. I don't know if I have to do that or not. Let's see, what else could I be? Okay, no, I think I pretty much covered everything about that. And then continue to ask them questions. They'll continue to answer. Learn some of the language. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, you can get by with English, but you're going into someone else's or another nation or whatever, someone else's country, and the least you could do is learn please, thank you, hello, goodbye. Learn something for you to also get by, something to impress, talk about, that, you know, you're also trying to really learn about the cultural differences and how to be able to manage, you know, around the area. Don't just go in there with I love K-pop and your nightlife, you know, that's not impressive. So learn the language, learn the culture. I have been learning Hangul. Hangul is the alphabet, and when you say Hangul, that is the language in itself. It's difficult. I've decided that I wanted to start learning how to read. You can just learn the words, up to you, but learn something. Get into subbing in your state. In my state, in Florida, thankfully it is quite easy to do. If you haven't, you can just sub with your you just have to have a GED or high school diploma to be able to sub. So I have my associates. So get some experience if you don't have any experience. I'm a chef. So originally I really don't have any teaching experience with children. Now I have taught individual children. I have taught them Spanish, but that is not a classroom setting. Try to see how you can get your foot in the door to have some sort of classroom setting experience, and look into that TEFL program. That TEFL program is so helpful, and it will kind of make you stand out from those other competitors, because this program is competitive and there are people out there who are more qualified than you. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, how can I get a foot up on these other people who do have their bachelors and they do have teaching experience? And so some of these things that I previously mentioned will probably help you out. Get as much info on the country as you can. I think I've already covered that. Make sure the program. Oh, so yes, make sure that whatever program you're into covers your debt. You know, I don't really have much debt at home. I have been very adamant on paying off all my debt. And before I go, if I get accepted, I will be paying off my student loans. So I don't have to worry about sending money here, not unless my family is in some sort of emergency and they need help. The glare is still just as bad. Okay, whatever. So not unless they need help or something like that, but I do not intend to be sending money here because it is costly to send money. Find out about cell phones. Can you unlock your cell phone? What providers are there over there? Sorry, I can't talk. how much is the service? You know, can you survive on whatever it is that you're gonna get paid? You know, thankfully the talk program provides free stay, so I don't have to pay apartments. So a chunk of my income is not gonna go to that. You know, find out about the country's food, what you should bring back from home. You know, I heard for women, you need to bring a whole lot of pads and tampons and, you know, deodorant for men and women. You know, they have deodorant, but it's really expensive and it's not that big of a selection like here in the US. So find out about those type of things as well. You know, if you're going to be okay living in those type of conditions. And one thing that I wanted to cover was make sure that you're emotionally, mentally, physically, and even spiritually prepared for this trip. Don't go over there not thinking, am I going to be okay being alone? You know, maybe you're not really a loner. Maybe you need a whole lot of people. You know, if you are, you know, you're very emotional about that, it might be hard for you. I've heard a lot of videos where a lot of these girls go through like a stage of depression. So for me, I'm okay. I'm a social butterfly. I make friends, but I also have discernment. I'm not so friendly where I'm stupid enough to, you know, put myself in, you know, dumb situations. Especially out of the country, where, by the way, look into the law, because you as a foreigner lose all rights. At least in South Korea, you have to have like hardcore proof that somebody has done to you. If not, they're always going to side with their people. And I've watched many videos already. If you are going over there to find love in a club, don't do it. Spiritually, thankfully they are not they do not you have rights, or freedom, I should say. You know, so if you're a Christian or, I don't know, Muslim or whatever, for me, I'm Christian, so that's what I looked. You know, they have churches and stuff over there. They have you know, support, Christian support. Physically, the food. If you can adapt, I think you'll be okay. If not, think about adapting. I looked at a lot of their food. First, I don't eat spicy food. I hate vegetables. And to top it off, I'm trying to become a vegetarian. So, for me, this is going to be interesting. And I think it'll be good for me because I am trying to become a vegetarian. And I don't eat pork. So I think being over there, it's going to give me no choice but to have more vegetarian meals. Seen as Western food, it is highly expensive. A box of cereal is like $10. Bye, Felicia. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's too expensive. Let's see. On physically, you know, over there, I'm hearing like you walk a lot. It gets very hot, you know. So try, for example, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm trying to breathe better. I'm trying to have more stamina, you know, because here in Florida, everybody needs a car, and if you don't have a car, it is unfortunately very hard to get around. So I'm walking, I'm working out, I'm trying to eat better. Mentally, I think you should be mentally strong. If you're going to go live abroad, away, million of miles away from your family, your friends, you're completely alone, you need to be mentally strong. Start getting prepared for the fact that, okay, I may be alone for so and so time. I may not know anybody. Prepare yourself for that. Try to find things that, you know, will, I don't know, for me, I'm alright. It's like me and Jesus, we're good, you know, but for other people, that might not be the case, you know. So have a pen pal. What I've been doing is pen pals, okay? I have found some pen pals in Korea. Thank God, like, one of them has stuck with me, and we talk all the time. We're building friendship. It's not just transactional, like, teach me Korean, I teach you English, and that's it. We've been becoming close. That will help you, because when you get over there, you won't be completely alone. So now this video is hitting 20 minutes. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if you guys have any more questions, please ask. I am a very inquisitive person by nature, and I like to find out as much information as possible before I do anything. So I feel like there might be things that I did not cover. Just ask me and I'll try to answer them the best way that I can. Okay? Bye, you guys.